Get some stuff. Oh, there we go. Full screen it. New text. The sun. Oops. The sun. The sun? Sun. Sun the. Sun the. Do 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 do. New text. All right. Hello. Time to finish getting set up. Ooh, and plug in this guy. We can use our handy dandy presto changeo buttons. Bum. Bum. Doom 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 doom. Okay, where were we? Oh, yes. Buttons. Probably don't need this completely full screen, do I? Let's get it over here. Maybe up there. Maybe a bit over there. Not like that, though. Not like that. No, not like that either. Windows. Windows. About something like this, and something roughly like that. Yeah, roughly like that. Okay. Winamp disappeared. Hello, Winamp. Whoa, that looks funky. Winamp. Winamp, why are you odd? Let's load you back up. There you go. Winamp was having a crisis of something. Tracking. As always, guys, set it up live. Let's see if I can get both trackers going relatively the same time. Here we go. You, connect. Something like that. Yep. Something like that. Hip and chest are okay. Or so it says. There we go. Twist you this way. Do a reset this way. And bam, we're back. Okay. Tracking. Good. Although it does actually look better in my own software. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased with that. Did we save? We saved. Okay. What else was I going to do? Stream Manager. Stream Manager, yes. Stream Manager. Yes, indeed. There we go. Okay. So, wow, that is dark. Hello. You know, it didn't look that dark earlier, but then again, it was brighter, if that makes sense. Scooch that down just a little bit. No. Scooch it around just a little bit. Close enough. Close enough. Got a little bit of letterboxing here for some reason. The perils of using a big monitor. Now we just need to load in the newer this. This one? This one. This one? No, this one. No. I'm not using my foot pedal. Why am I not using my foot pedal? Is it this one? It's one of those keys. Because we can actually use the fancy... Oh. Aha. That was the problem. That was a problem. We can actually use the fancy new stuff here in the factory. The factory. To Jurassic, no, I mean, the factory. It's a little less shoveled. Disheveled even? Oh man, that light right there. That is super duper too bright. Super duper very bright. And the rest of the lighting is not bright. I guess it does make a difference. I was working on this today during the day when it was bright outside. It might also help if we stand underneath the spotlight. But no, that looks really bright. I'm looking over at the monitor when I lean way forward like this. There's a monitor over here. You can't see it, but I can see it. Tracking's cool. Tracking's cool that way. Okay. Until my shirt shifts and then, you know, the pocket, the tracker that's sitting in my pocket decides to move all over the place like this. There we go. I need to reset just a little bit. Oh, no. But yes, that is, the ceiling lights are a little bit too bright back there. So we'll have to fix that quick. After we do one of these. There we go. A little bit better, a little bit better. And just reset the face, my face. Okay, but we didn't do a going live. So we are going to do that. We are going to do that. We're going to post that here. We have a stream alerts section in the Discord, and it did the wrong thing again. Let's delete that. Let's delete that and try again. What should we call it? Dev in the factory. No, it did the big one again. That is so, I mean, streamer mode is enabled. Streamer mode is enabled and everything. Oh well. We'll just leave that big for now. Oh, but then self-promo too, because, yeah, why not? And bam. Do. There. Minimize that. Go over here. You go away too. All right. Are we here now? Yes. Yes. Ooh, and we're using a bit of computer horsepower today. I can hear it. That just means that we definitely, absolutely need to optimize this. Yeah, we're using quite a bit of CPU, which means we have too many lights turned on. Too many lights turned on in this wonderful place. And also it is very, very dark in here. That one. No. Click. I'm trying to figure out which ones were my... Nope. I don't know. Okay, so we have some optimizationing to do. Optimizationing. And we need to set up all of our stuff again. But if you look back here, look at... Oh, and somebody left something, little fire going. Look, we have the warehouse. The warehouse, complete with ramshackle, falling over scaffolding. A way too bright point light way up there. Way too bright. How does it look on the other screen? See, also, I am looking at it on a 2K monitor with the brightness just a little bit higher. So I think when I was adjusting the settings, I over adjusted because it just looked too bright on this monitor. As I look over here on the other monitor, the OBS feed looks too dark and muddy. You can't see what's going on, except for my lovely shining eyes. So we're going to add in some lighting controls too to the warehouse. Maybe I should add in also wherever we are going to be mostly sitting for our just chatting, a little studio light setup like we have for some of the other areas, so that yeah, so that I can nice spot for sitting. You know, I never did turn on my whatchamacallit over here. Touch portal. Engage. Yeah, that is definitely too dark. I overcorrected. Let's go hide up in the corner. You know what? Just for today, I'm gonna want to take screenshots from the video, I think. We're gonna still have the music playing, but minimize the Winamp. Yeah, that's just a little too dark, isn't it? Okay. So I turned off the camera light. Let's go find Rusty. Cam light. Much better. I was wondering why it was so dim, even though I adjusted the lighting. Come on. Maybe about here. So I disabled it. I need to add a short function. That'll probably be the first housekeeping thing we do. There, now I stand out a little bit better. Could be even brighter to stand apart from the background, but man, that blurring does look really good, even though that ceiling light is a little too bright. But man, look at this place. Ah, mwah, chef's kiss. Who did this? They did a great job. Yeah, pat myself on the back. Welcome. Yeah, this is gonna be like a thumbnail right here. Welcome. See, by saying that, I'll peek through the video and scrub through the video just to find out where that was. Or I suppose I could just go like this. Wait for this big fuzzball to get across the screen. Here we go. And screenshot. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that looks good. So it was interesting. One of the problems I had when I first got this monitor, everything looked super dark when capturing it in OBS. Because I tried doing little fun stuff, and it just looked super dark. And I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was my lighting. I thought maybe I had the monitor tuned too bright or something. No, it turns out OBS does not like HDR video. Something about it. It did not like when the source, because I'm doing display capture. Yes, display capture. So I can drag things around and pop it up and everything. Did not like display capture when the source was HDR. Maybe because the video itself was SDR? I don't know for sure. Something like that. You know what? I'm going to pop up Discord while I got it open anyways. Invite people. That's you guys. Our Discord. And it's not just myself. It's also Dead Sun Prime and Fruitsy Collins. Dead Sun was gracious enough to carve out little area for both of us in the Discord. So we have kind of a joint people who do this kind of thing, game deving, and also for streaming environments. Man, I think this turned out pretty good. I do need like rats running around the background or something. Although one of my ideas for not having rats running around the background was because the robot kept it too clean. So there was not a chance for rats. And I really need to get the animations going next, so I can like walk around properly without swapping characters. But yes, we have the office. Ooh, we definitely need to merge the two offices together. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Because we should have stuff on this screen. And the old monitor, the old Commodore monitor that I actually own. Technically, it's not a Commodore mod. It's BMC, Commodore CBM, Commodore Business Machines. Although they came back recently somehow. Somehow they re-released the hardware with modern stuff. I don't know if it's just a hardware emulator or what. Oh, does the video work? Does the video work? It does. Oh, this makes me so happy. The next thing I want to do is I want to be able to pick these up. So I'm going to make these all grabbable. All these monitors. Oops. I can't talk with my hands if there's no hand control to talk with. So I'm going to make these guys grabbable so I can carry around the monitors and set them down. Oh, that's how I can bring the stream with me. I'll just pick up the monitor, change the channel to the live feed, and I'll bring it and I'll set it wherever we're going. Gotta write that down. Grabbable monitor. Change channel. Channel to OBS stream. Brilliant. Okay, and we are definitely adding in the lighting controls that we've been having good fun with in the main part of the project. Yes. Okay. So let's see. We might do some coding today. I had the day off, which is how this happened. Which is how all of this happened. So yeah, I had the day off, so I got some of this done, got some stuff done around the house. Yeah, look at how good the lighting is. Since we switched out of Unity 2022 and into 26. Like, look. You can see the garbage in the background. Can you? Might be a little dim. We have the Rusty branded boxes over here to my right. So stage left. Sorry, Trusty. I need to make some more. That'll be a future stream. It might be as soon as next week. Depends how busy next week is. We might do another graphic design stream where I make more faux product and the advertisements to go with them. Because right now I just have the logos. Speaking of logos. Do I really need my avatar up in the corner? I kind of don't. Hold that thought. No. Hold that thought. There we go. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. While I'm doing this, we don't need ourselves in the corner. Because we have all of this. This is a good spot, too. There's a little lighting behind us to set us apart from the background. You get to see the warehouse garbage. You have the dust motes. You just want to grab them. Little fuzzballs. This is a good spot. I will make a note of this spot. This is just outside of the office. I could probably use another light. Maybe up in that corner. To fill in a little bit of ambient light for the background. And whatever that is, it looks like a ketchup and mustard in the corner of the screen there. Glowing ketchup and mustard. But yes, we need... Oh, I wrote down another fun thing. Because I got Restore Up again. Something with Visual Studio. It does a... there's a screen artifact that pops up called Restore Up. It's a little tooltip. And I am just going to make that a... like, basically a toggle. We're just going to pop up Restore Up. Maybe as a high point redeem, like 69,000 or something. It'll, instead of having error screen splash over the screen, it'll just be Restore Up blocks everywhere. Yeah. Yep. 420,069. That's how much it'll be. Grabbable. We need lighting controls and teleports. We need to fix our teleports now that we're here, because the old teleport system is related to the... Oh, and scene detection. Scene detection is super important. For now, I'm gonna hack it a bit. It's not gonna be completely set up. I'm just gonna detect if, depending which scene is loaded, because I can't have the space station and the factory up at the same time. We are already using a bit of resources. That's a lot of batches. Saved one by matching. We're not doing too bad. We do have less point lights here than the factory, but we can do better. And then eventually I will do even better by loading and unloading areas. For instance, the robot room. The robot room will definitely be, yeah. I need a... Oops, just dropped my pen. That's some good tracking, huh? That's a good hand tracking. I need a pen asset, because I'm holding a pen and writing my notebook. I keep saying that. No, it'd be so easy. It's just literally just a little, like, tablet. A cube. Squashed. No, but this makes me ridiculously happy. I love it. Okay. So we probably won't get to the UI for controlling the lighting here tonight. Probably. Maybe. I definitely want to fix the teleporting because that is important for hopping around. Yes. We're gonna fix the teleporting. Scene detection. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. While we do that, I also want to... It's funny, I use Discord to send and receive files to myself. It's gonna save as like a friggin' WebP, isn't it? No, it saves as a JPEG. Nice. JPEG. We would call this Rusty Engraved. I've been practicing with my vintage engraving stuff. Check this out. I'm making a door plaque. One of those little that says, like, you know, like executive or something, you know. I made one that said caution with little asterisks too. And it took a couple days before somebody pointed out in the Discord the asterisks. It's like, why? Why are we cautioned? But yes, Rusty Robot Factory. This is about this big. It's practice because I need to dial in the settings on my CNC machine, which is usually made for cutting sturdier materials than this. This is laminated plastic made for a little engraver, a pantograph engraver, which just means it copies things the old-fashioned way. Like, you have to move, you have to trace a stencil, and then it cuts it out of whatever material. In this case, plastic, for like name tags and doors and stuff, the old school way. However, I use this on my little computer-controlled router, and I think it spins too fast. And my blade is dull. And there's a little burn mark in the top corner there. But overall, it turned out pretty cool. It's right here. I got it. In fact, there's a hole poked through it where that the little blemishes on the rusty, the R for the rusty. But yeah, no, it's right here. Ta-da! Yeah, definitely need to fix the settings. But the cool thing is I can, if I make a template, I can just use the old school machine to trace this piece of plastic into other plastic. But yeah, it's very, very neato burrito to have physical stuff, especially era appropriate. Yeah. But no, I'm going to make a bunch of funny signs for around my house. Make a bunch of funny signs for around the house. Okay. I get that cursor off the screen. So we still have our favorite window. Ugh. The directional lighting, though, is a little harsh. It's supposed to be soft shadows, but it's... I don't know if it's soft enough. Yeah, that one would be blurrier. A little bit blurrier. Oh, that's what looked like ketchup and mustard. It was this spotlight right here. I also don't like how these look, the fluorescent lights, because they're cheating. They're, I mean, the actual light coming off it, it's fine, but the, like those gray bars going across, it's supposed to look like fluorescent, you know, the big tube light bulbs. It's an emissive texture in Unity. And it's basically faking a light source. Same thing with my eyes. My eyes are not actually a light source. They're emissive texture, meaning if I didn't have post-processing on, they'd still be kind of bright to simulate lighting, but they're not actually lights. And yeah, when they're turned way down like that, they kind of look like garbage. Same thing with the spotlights. Same thing with the spotlights. See, if you look up there, you have those circles, ellipses up there, up there. Yeah, those are supposed to be like big halogen or what's the sodium? I forget what material it is, but you know, the big halogen work light kind of things hanging from the warehouse ceiling. And I've got them turned down a bit. They are still spotlights emitting, you know, little circles of color behind me here, but they look crummy. Yeah, so I'm gonna find a way to fix that. Might need to make a separate like circle, separate circle up, and put it up there to kind of block them out, and then turn them out. I'm gonna write that one down. That's a good idea. What are they? Warehouse lights. Warehouse lights. Circle light blocker. That way I don't need to mess with the actual asset. I can just put something up in the way. There. Oh, we're getting all sorts of stuff. This was more of a tour stream tonight. Like, how dark is this? This is still a little dark. Still a little dark. Yeah, it looks great on my screen. Just a little dark. I mean, imagine if you're in dark mode, maybe it'll all blend in together. Who knows? This area over here is kind of cool. We have some rubble. The fun thing is, the area around me will light up a little bit because of the light that's attached to the camera. Yeah, we will have a little bit of a light because of this light. Oops. This fuzzy light. See? So this is not a fake light. Well, the blue arrow in my hands is definitely a fake light. But this is the lighting control when it behaves itself. See, now it's bright. That's because it controls the light, the camera light that's shining on me. So now it's really dim, and everything around me is dim. We're gonna get a lot more use. Oh, okay. You can see it on the right side of the screen. See a yellow bar, the big yellow rectangles right there? See, bright, not so bright. Bright, not so bright. Just like your streamer. I should have said just like your favorite streamer, because that wouldn't necessarily be me. That'd be a good jab. Hey. Yeah, so that'll light up the environment. We're going to get a lot more use out of that than we did in the space station, because there's going to be a lot more junk around here, a lot more debris. Like, look at that debris on the ground. And here's a blocked off door. What's behind it? Why is it blocked off? What's behind it? Do we know? Maybe. Are we going to tell? Oh no, can we not fit under here? The collider. The collider is just... That's funny. I should fix that so I can walk underneath the stuff. Or maybe over the stuff. This willow tree, I'm still not a fan of. I like what it does, like it's breaking through the roof. It kind of like subtly moves in the breeze, you know, it sways a little bit. So that's nice, but I don't know, we'll leave it for now. I did adjust the texture on it a little bit so it doesn't glow in the dark as much as it used to. But yes, no, I definitely went through and messed with a bunch of stuff here. Oops, I think we might have just clicked something. No, it looks like we're safe. Okay. I thought I had accidentally turned on the space station lights. But yes, I'm going to need to add in code for detecting which scene. That is now going to be super important for detecting which scene we are in. You know, these look good. Okay, I was worried some of these assets would not look super great, because this is mostly like texture and not objects. But you know, in the dark, a little bit of lighting effects, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, let's see if we can get over here, because I don't have teleporting hooked up yet. This way? This way. This way? I need to re-enable the hiding the cursor too. But I know I'm going to forget to disable it. Forget to disable it whenever we are exporting this, the Rusty project. So I want to be able to, definitely want to be able to hide that cursor and have the application not be super possessive of the cursor. So we have the void. The void is still here. You cannot avoid it. And here's Rusty's head. Oh, that is still a hideous shadow. Man, that's low resolution there. But yeah, no, we brought Rusty with us. Brought the inside of the robot's head, which is currently actually being repaired. I started repairing it again this weekend. Yep, we are fixing this. Oh, not the purple glowy thing. Not the purple glowy thing. But we are fixing this literally right here. So this gear, can we see? Yes, we can see. Okay, so this gear up here, with the arrows pointing up, that's what we'll call it. The arrows pointing up gear. That one snapped off of the new version of this gear, this U shape. It snapped off there because I didn't have it affixed super well. My fault. So I made a new bracket, yes, a new bracket, a beefier bracket to go right here. Or let's see, to go right here. So there's a new beefy bracket right here. This, okay, I'm getting more excited to work on the robot again. I know the robot's a fan favorite anyways, the physical robot, but now we can actually show off. Wait, where am I? There we go. Now we can show it off better. I'm like, oh yes, the robot. Well, here is what makes him move. It's maybe not a perfect representation because the gears down here, oh, nope, down here, don't quite match up. That's fixable. Also, we should probably fix the texture on this jump rope here. It was a rope test for a cable plug-in to do ropes and cables and such. Whoa. That got messed up. That is a very electric looking light, isn't it? I'll leave it. Okay, should we see where the teleporters go? Okay, that one worked. Oh, that looks cool. That actually, it looks kind of cool. Here, let's so normally you guys see this, right? Like we show in the corner. But look, there's the factory level. It is so much smaller than the space station. That space station is huge. And look, we do indeed still have he who T-poses over us. There he is. He's up there. He's up there, guys. Right there. So one of the nifty things here is, like, those trees are not using nearly as much resources. I'm just going to kind of go off screen here. There we go. We'll have to deal with Rusty not pointing the right way. So the trees way behind us there. Oh, in fact, there should be trees over on... Which way are we facing? No, okay, so that's the robot building. I could face away from you, I suppose, but this is more entertaining. So this is where we just were inside the robot building, we'll call it. He's facing that way. So Rusty's head is, which way? This way? Is that way. Why is my head not? Oh, because I lost tracking. Okay. I can't turn my physical head that way. So, robot head. The warehouse is here. The long part of the back of the warehouse is right here. It might be kind of cool that to look out that blockaded door, or one of the blockaded doors, and just kind of look out over here as we gaze through the void. I don't think... let me see if I can tip this way a little bit. Nope. I don't think we'd be able to see over here from within the warehouse. Maybe. That's neat. It loaded a lower LOD, level of detail model. So these big trees, normally they're like swaying and the leaves are swaying and moving about and stuff. But if you're far enough away, you don't need them to sparkle in the breeze. So it's a lower level of detail. Funny enough, though, we're using way more resources sitting out here in the void. That is interesting. What is... Yes, we definitely need to do some optimization. Let's... that make a difference? That did not make a difference. Okay. Interesting. We will definitely have to look into that. What else do we have still loaded? Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, that is glorious. I can give my TED talk from here. Rusty robot factory. Man. This project just looks so good now. I'm loving it. I am remotivated. Remotivated? Does that look good? Root. There we go. Rusty. That's a good spot. Right there. Screenshot. Bam. There. I'm just saving clips on my touch portal here. It's like, okay, hit the button so that OBS does the, was it replay buffer? Replay buffer. But damn, that looks good. I'm getting all these screenshots for, we should use them for the schedule, the weekly schedule. Yeah. Wonder if they'll look good on yeah, these will definitely look good on the weekly scoop. All right, should we see where else we can go? I hid almost everything. By hid, I just mean I made it invisible. Oh, here's the backside of the the backside of the green screen. It is facing one way. And it's kind of tricky like that, so I believe I can use the laser pointer. I think that's why I did it. I think I enclosed... Did I... Yeah, I don't know if I did or not. I don't know if I did or not. If I enclosed this whole area in a cube, so I could use the laser pointer. Is it this hand? It is this hand. Okay. So with hand tracking, I can point to things on the screen. It's got to hit a target though. Okay, so if I'm facing away from the camera. No, why is it? It's not picking up anything. I thought I fixed that. I wonder if I fixed it in the other area or one of the other areas, one of the other broadcast environmenty things. Because I wanted to be able to point at, not my head, point at, say, the background. I could do it. I could do it over here, but it won't show up. There, see? See? So you can kind of get the idea. It's like, over here, class, we have an R and a U. STY, that spells Rusty. He is a robot factory. Except this will be showing up on the screen. So it looks like all I have to do is just encase the area in encase the area with polygons and then give them a invisible texture, a see-through texture. Yeah, and then I can use my laser pointer. But the big thing about the laser pointer is I wanted to be able to be over here, so when I'm drawing or playing a game or whatever, I can just point and not have to use the cursor and be like, look, over on the screen. And you wouldn't see, you would just see the capture on the bottom, the guy in the corner, except I'd be pointing to something on the screen, right? Whereas right now, I'm kind of glitching out here. Should be able to point at my hand just fine, because it just has to hit an object. So the idea of having it, hit an invisible object behind me is that it would change the length of the line. See, like now it's pointing way up there somewhere, Cool feature, needs more implementation. Oops. I still need that coffee mug. Make sure I'm not using any other, the markers or the, let's see, the marker, let's just toggle. Why are we, okay, we got that. Flashlight, yep, there's the flashlight. Laser pointer. The marker toggle. I have the marker toggle set different, or I broke it. There it is. Oh, a little bit of both. I have it set different and I broke it. Okay. I think we're ready to do stuff. I've talked through a to-do list. But what was the first thing? Oh no. What was the first thing? It wasn't lighting control. Oh, hey, we have nothing here. We found a teleport spot. That was what we were going to do. Context sensitive teleporting. Oh, we don't have anything here either. We really don't have it there. Yeah, we'll need to figure a way on what we should and should not be loading also. the lights on and off is going to be super important. Okay. Because, for instance, if I'm out here, do I want to unload? Where am I? Where am I? Where is it? There. Do I want to unload all of that? Or do I want to just kill the lights for now? It doesn't use up a huge amount of resources. We are low polygon. Let me pop up the system resources here. It's my hard drive spin up. Well, we're using a decent amount, but most of that is the lighting. But yeah, we're barely using any. I would love to see this little window here, the stats, or something intensive like Cyberpunk. I guess Cyberpunk's older now, but some new game that uses lots of textureful textures. Let's see, we have 3.8 million tries. Okay, lots of lighting, but not as many as we're running the space station. We teleport? Nope, nope. We do have one teleport spot here. But like I said, I do want to have it load and unload. And I'm going to do it properly. But maybe not today. For destroying and scene unloading and such. All right, so here we go. Bam. So either way, I'm going to need to... Hi. Either way, I will need to know what's going on. Know if something is active or not. Oh, and the lighting controls. I do need lighting controls. Okay. So. We really don't need some of these things running. Most of these things running. Even when we're inside. Some of the lights are being culled naturally by the engine, by Unity. Teleport points. Teleport points first. That is the super expensive part. Sorry. Twitch decided to send me a push notification on my phone asking if I was there to experience that recent moment in someone I follow's stream. Felt that very important to do while I had this stream manager up on my phone. Twitch, come on now. Okay, so teleport spots and scene detection. Welcome in, Mig. Welcome in. I briefly hopped into one of your streams the other day. The other night? The other day? The other time zone. Briefly. I could not be on for long. I was just like, oh, hey. But yes. Did you see? We have the factory within the main project now. I did not bother to create a clean, fresh project, so in true Rusty fashion, we get all the jank. Oh, and I did disable that light again. Darn. Speaking of jank, so look, the factory. I need to add lighting controls because it's currently a little too dark in here. A little too dark. Yeah, it looks good on my nice bright monitor, but then I look over at my old monitor, which is where I have my OBS feed, and it's it's a little too dark. It's a little too dark, and we do have some lighting that will be around me, my camera light, which I think I accidentally disabled. Yes, cam light. There. This one we can control. Okay. And we'll light up the environment a little bit. There. The light switch would be cool if you raise your hand. I do. I have to toggle it. I also have it attached to a foot pedal that I do not have plugged in right now. But this controls the camera light. So when I need just that little bit more or less emphasis on myself, see it? If you look at my face, really bright, versus now, kind of dim. So I just thought it'd be a neat, I could have a slider somewhere in the UI, but I thought it'd be more neat to have. Oh, and it's touch controlled, because we have hand controls, so why not? Why not use them? So you can see it more if there's stuff around me. So I'm kind of there. You can see I'm lit up a little bit more, lighting up the environment a little bit more. We also, gee, it's dark in here. If only we had something that could aid us in the dark, like, I don't know, a flashlight. I forget about the flashlight since I haven't used it in a while. But yeah, we have a flashlight. Yeah, I should really use that more often, and not just for making funny shadow puppets. But no, I brought the project in. So this is how it looks in Unity 6, and it did fix a number of lighting issues. It did. Yeah, there was a lot of weird light culling and stuff. I added a whole bunch more debris. We have some tilting scaffolding, a way too bright point light up in the top of the screen right now, way up there. I added some janky tubing. There's some broken ones, debris everywhere. The original project started in Unity 2019, because that is what all the Vroid-based VTubers were made in, because they didn't have the plugins updated for 2020 and etc. So then we upgraded that project or we dragged it into 2022, and eventually when Unity 6 came out, and I was just like, hey, is this stable enough? Yes. So we brought the experimental project into Unity 6. And then, here's my office. We brought the experimental project into 2026. That's a space station and all the fun stuff I've been doing outside. So we brought that into, Unity 6. And just now we took the asset project, which contained the warehouse. And I call it the asset project because I had all of my asset libraries. Like a couple gigabytes worth of low polygon stuff. I didn't want all of that cluttering up my main project, even though it just sits in the libraries folder. But yeah, so all that optimized lighting and profile adjusting we've been doing in Unity 6. You can see it here. No issues with materials or mesh. Not right now. I solved most of them because we're using URP in both of them. We were using it before, the whole time. The whole time we were using the universal render pipeline anyways. So I did solve some of the issues with the, Pepto-Bismol. We currently have one spot that has Pepto-Bismol, the lovely vibrant magenta, when there's a missing or incompatible texture. URP is still working. Yeah, everything is working. In fact, it's working so much better now. Yeah, we were having weird light batching and culling issues. And then there were issues with the spotlights too, which seem to be solved. Thanks to the GPU instancing, I believe. That helped out a lot too. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, and I'm excited to, I started working on the factory project a while ago. So I'm excited to bring this whole area now and use it. So like have stuff going on the monitors. Like here's the channel trailer, except in lovely green hues. So I'm going to have stuff on these screens, and this is the office. You know, we still have the other office set up over in the space station area, but now we can use the office. And don't worry, we are still absolutely in the void. Let's see, where's Rusty? Where is he who T-poses? Can we see him from here? I was wondering if we could see him from here. There. Oh, is that his hand? The hand of Rusty. There it is. Nope, we can't jump. There, you can kind of see it. There you go. There is his hand. Right? Can we touch hands? So yes. But there's the hand of he who T-poses over us. You can see it through the window because that's where the green screen area is, which we can still teleport to. Ta-da! There. Because basically I just, I hid the space station area and plopped this scene in. So I'll be able to toggle them or load and unload them once we get it more optimized. Welcome in, Suba. I am doing well. I'm doing well. I'm excited that this whole project is now assembled. I need to do all sorts of optimizing and stuff, but I'm glad you could pop in for a bit, Suba, even if you can't hear us. Oh, speaking of hearing us, I should... There we go. Now everyone can hear us because we have a proper headset. But yes, we're going to add the lighting controls, such as... Let's see. Mig, I don't know if you saw, but we did add... We finally started adding interfaces. This one is in-game, but I can also just use the mouse. Or it's in the scene, I should say. So it's a user interface, but it's not an overlay because it's right there. Yeah, so I'm going to add more lighting controls and stuff for the different areas. But at the same time, I do want to have light switch. You know, I do want to toggle the light switches, and I have that set up as well. So can we zoom in? Can we zoom in? Hi. Yeah, these are just for the green screen area, the controls. So now I can, you know, pop in and do fun stuff like this. Bam, reset camera. Yeah, so this control in the corner for letting the player, I mean, I'm going to be the player for this. That this is for me to play around in, right? I will have a similar version, you know, Fallout style. I'm going to have, let's see, is it this hand? Nope. This one. There we go. I'm going to have a little interface. Where are we? We're getting all sorts of problems here. But basically a little pop-up interface. It'll kind of be the visual feedback for me playing with the big menu stuff. Click the buttons and such and move the sliders. Or I can be sneaky and lock the camera so I can use my mouse. Oh no, if I'm facing the right way, I can still play with the sliders. Even if it's even when it's attached to my wrist, I'll be able to hit this button. But we are facing the wrong way. There we go. See? I can move the cursor. Click, click, click. It doesn't do anything right now, but it will. I just need to add context so that the controls will know. I'm going to make a modular so that they will know which area we are in. Okay, oh, flashlight. And laser. And there, no item selected. But yeah, so oops, and no Rusty selected. There we go. But yes, so in the test office, you know, the space station office, we did have lighting controls hooked up. So you can go, you know, select the light switch and it would turn the lights on and off. I'm definitely going to be adding in that so I don't have to just hit a toggle button, because I think it's more fun if I have to go, you know, move my character over here and then go, you know, clunk, you know, turn this danger knob here and click the lights on and off. And I have scripting set up for that. But at the same time, I want to be able to, be in quote unquote broadcasting streamer mode, and I'll have a overlay when, not when I'm doing dev stuff live like this, but when I have the green screen version up in the corner, the compiled project, I'm going to have an overlay that where I can adjust the lights and based on what scene I'm in, what area I'm in. Okay, so smart scene detection, lighting controls, teleports. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Where is our script? Script. Here's the whole warehouse. Where is scripts? Oh, I don't have them called scripts. In the warehouse, the asset library project, I properly named them scripts. Here it's under character control lights. There we go. Control lights script. So this is just for the space area. Cam light intensity, cam light. Okay, so that is for the face cam. Here we go, teleporter. Let's get the teleporter going first. I'm gonna say, if available, if available, go to these spots maybe. Let's boot up ye old Visual Studio. Bum, 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 bum. I want to be able to teleport right to my office now, which I used to be able to. I need to do a better version of this so it's modular and I don't need to add in if this, go to this one, and just have it be a collection that it can cycle through, a list. That'd be nice. That would be nice. Okay, let's see. So, oh, in fact, all of these should have. Yeah, all of these should have conditions built in. I mean, it's more fun. It's the scuff is more fun. So my train of thought here is these should all have conditions built in where if the teleport target is not currently visible, well, say the teleport target's scene is not currently visible, then don't teleport there, just skip it. That would make sense. But at the same time, scuff is fun. So if I start falling, it's like, oh, I gotta hit the teleport button again. Yeah. Yeah. So yes, but the scuff is fun, of course. So, however, we are going to add in a couple more teleport objects for the new factory. Object last, switch case, object last, plus. Hey, that would work anyways. That will work anyways. Okay. Let's test it out with a 5. So we're going to add this. I didn't have to work today, so my brain is not spent from maybe it is. Maybe my brain is fried from programming. Let's make a 6. Do this. See if serialized field transform object 6. Thank you, IntelliSense. You're wonderful. It knew exactly what I wanted. Okay. If it's greater than 5, go through it anyways. But what we're going to do here is we're going to test it. Right? Should we have a global variable? Or should we just detect if it's invisible or not? I don't think a transform position, rotation, and scale. I don't think it has a visibility attached to it, though. I think we would need a game object for that. I don't want to load the whole game object. I especially don't want to load the whole game object for something silly like that. So for now, we're just going to see where it goes. Yeah. Make a note, though. Add scene detection. Add scene detection if then. Skip. To next. There. Because if I wrap this and I just add one, it'll still go to the next one without cycling through all of them. It's a nice way to do it. Still, though, I would like this to just go through a list instead of blah, blah, blah. At least with... So since I'm not going through a list, I can make it more specialized and less modular. Pros and cons, pros and cons. Okay, so let's add ourselves another teleportation point. I think it's just a game object. Where do we want to be? Let's be in the office. Office. Create empty game object. Was it called destination or was it called teleport? It's called destination office. So destination office. Where are you? You are in the office. Well, that is handy. And which way are you facing? I think you need to face the other way. No? Oh, it's always going to be like that. Okay. Let's make it... Let's start it off as 180. And let's just turn ourselves a little bit this way, maybe. Should be a little bit this way. Let's make it a little bit this way. We'll be facing like this. I should probably get rid of this. I need new. Can you see that? I need something new on this little whiteboard here. This little whiteboard, because that's straight out of the stock assets. I know. I'm sure they don't tell me to my face, but I'm sure some people are like, he's just using the stock area out of the asset pack. Fair enough. I am using some of the things. Speaking of which, some things I need to fix. Light socket has been like that for months. Same thing with this. There's no decent way to just snap it to the wall. That is one thing that does annoy me about Unity. It's gotta be something in there. There's gotta be something in there for snapping to objects. You can snap to the grid. Nick's here with a Wisco fact redeem. Okay, first I'm gonna load up. Welcome in, Nix. Are you having a lovely day? Oh, I did it again. I need to fix that lighting. Where is... Come here. Come here, lighting. Cam light. Need to just enable you by default. There we go. Hello. Welcome to the factory. The factory. You woke up and exported all of your VODs to YouTube. Ooh. Look at our busted ass factory. Isn't it great? I added significantly more clutter. Significantly more clutter. And we are in Unity 6. I packaged up the asset library project and brought over everything. Almost everything. We are missing a couple scripts. They're not missing, they just need to be reconnected. When I found a new favorite spot. It's right up there. It's right up there. Just outside of the office, because you can see everything behind us. But you did redeem a Wisco fact, and I want to fact check a fact. Funny enough. Okay, here we go. If we can trust, there it is. We will not trust AI. We will go. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. The idea for Earth Day was from a senator from Wisconsin. The idea, well, Earth Day, at least in the US, I don't know how it works everywhere, but Earth Day in the US was proposed by a senator from Wisconsin who later became the governor. Must have been a nice guy. His name was Gaylord Nelson, and it was in the 1970s. I've been long concerned about the deteriorating environment in the United States. Then in January of 1969, he and many others witnessed the massive oil spill in California. Inspired by the student anti-war movement, he wanted to infuse the energy of those protests with emerging public consciousness about air and water pollution. Earth Day. It's a thing we allegedly celebrate in the US to be more conscious of the environment and whatnot. Who knows? It might not last much longer. Cough. Not political. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, look at that. Slightly before Rusty's time. The 70s. But what is Earth Day? But yep, that's Earth Day. I was just on Earth Day. I'm assuming earthday.org is the actual Earth Day. Looks like a nice site either way. It is April 22nd of every year here in the US. It'd Clean Up Australia Day. Yeah, it's different than, we also have Arbor Day, which is where you're supposed to plant a tree, or at least, talk about trees and the environment again. The 70s and 80s had a lot of initiatives for the environment. I remember. I don't remember the 70s. I wasn't around. But the 80s, I remember a lot of initiatives for the environment. Carrying into the 90s and then some, but maybe less these days, unfortunately. Welcome in, Shadow. Welcome in. We are deving. And there was just a Wisco fact, which I chose Earth Day. Earth Day was started up, or proposed at least. What became Earth Day was proposed by a senator from Wisconsin. So that was a Wisco fact. It's a little, not gimmick isn't the right word. Gimmick isn't the right word, but a little quirk of my channel, we'll call it. I'll put that back down. But we're in the factory. I added a whole bunch of debris to the warehouse, the factory warehouse, and I brought it into Unity 6, and it fixed a number of the issues we were having. Plus, it looks so nice with my tweaked lighting and rendering, post-processing profiles and such. Oh, this looks so good. Wait, did we add the teleport spot in? Nope. Oh, where's this one? where this one's supposed to be. Oh, the variable teleport object list has not been assigned. Nope, we were going to do that right before. First we have to enable that light. But we need to put in a teleport spot. It's right here. We just need to assign it now. Because I brought this into the space station, what would be known as the space station project, or my main test environment. So I packaged up the whole warehouse and then some right here. I packaged up everything from that project and brought it over into the main project. In fact, see, there is he who T-poses over us. So in other words, the old office was right here. Because that's where he T-poses, and here's the green screen area. So where is control lights? And, oh no, teleport target office. Is that the right one? Oh, I already had it in there. Teleport target office. Let's just use that one. So we fix that, we fix that. We need to add in lighting controls. I'm going to fix that one annoying light. Where is that? This one. A little too bright. Little too bright. You know, I bet if I just move it over a little bit, it wouldn't be as bad. Right about there. Dial down the intensity a little bit, because we want some light back there. We want some light hiding back there. There. Let's see how that looks. So right now we're fixing things. We're fixing little things. Oh, do you like that? The roof popped on. The roof popped back on. Because when I'm playing around in the editor, I want to be able to look through the roof so I can move objects around. But when we are running it, you need the roof on so that all the lighting works. So it's dark in here. Otherwise, we'd see the void of space, which wouldn't be the worst. Okay. Did we fix? Now it's just bright in a different spot. Wait, no, that's a different light. What do we got? What do we got? Make this bigger. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, I added in some piping up there too. In fact, there's some broken piping right there. Right up here. I think I need to move. Wait, where are we? Where are we? Looking away, looking away. There, I think we need to move the light over here more. Yeah, that light, move it behind these boxes a little bit right here. I think that would do a little bit better. And you know what this is? Now that I'm looking over here, where is it? That light is a little too bright for the background. So in the other project, you couldn't see it. This was all like called funny and not working properly. And the corrugated steel or ribbed steel, it's not corrugated technically. The ribbed steel was showing these weird lines like highlights. Those all disappeared. Those all disappeared when we brought it over here. I added a lot more debris everywhere. That's what I was doing this morning. I had the day off. So I spent the morning playing around in here, playing my video game. And then got a bunch of stuff done around the house in the afternoon. Okay. Oh, we got to test out the teleport spot. The green screen, as always. Hi. There we go. Hello. So we got the green screen. Something missing. This must be somewhere in the space station. This one's missing. That one's really missing. The office. I think I am going to rotate it a little bit this way. Just a little bit this way. And then we need to add in the lighting control and toggling scripts. Yep, the lighting control and toggling script, so I can control the lighting in the office now. Then I need to finally add some animations. The animation controller, look at the camera, Rusty. The animation controller is coming next because I want to be able to sit down. I want to be able to sit down. And not just when I've got like tracking controllers next to me. So I need to finally combine the controller controlling, the controller controlling, playing the game. Why am I having glitchy issues here? There, playing with the controller, and isn't it something we get thrown off by a glitch? There's collisions on that PlayStation controller, Xbox, whatever it was. And that was bumping into the camera, which is right here in the corner. It's another thing to fix. We'll fix that one right away. Where was I? I don't know. This has been turning out really good so far. I mean, look at the background. Look at the field of view. It's all blurry and stuff. Little dust motes floating around. Just look. Chef's kiss. It'll be exciting to add in the streamer overlay, where the part that I see but you guys don't get to see, because that won't be broadcast while I'm the funny little guy in the corner, at least. So I'll be able to control lighting and more camera type stuff, kind of like I do have here. Like this would be the on-screen representation of it, right? So I can control the lighting, and that shows up through the spout, the green screen, if you will. Okay. And then the zoom controls. So I don't know if it really becomes apparent, but if I didn't have this in the background, like this, there we go. Hi, now we are over my desktop image. In fact, you can see the edge of the you can see my clipping right here. I should not be clipping, but yeah. So I can have all of that stuff open on the other screen, playing with those sliders and controlling the lighting. In fact, I don't want to do that right now because it'll mess up I have this screen portioned. But yes, bam, resetted. All these controls will be nice. They can either be on screen or not. I kind of like it like this because it makes it look, I don't know, there's just something about that, isn't it? It looks, it pops a little bit. It looks like it's supposed to be there in the game, right? In the game. Roller skating Rusty. But check this out. I found this little spot earlier. It's my TED Talk spot. Ta-da! This is a great spot, yeah? Even better if I lock the camera the right way. Turn a little bit this way. See, it's a good TED Talk spot. I can sell you stuff from here even. Oh, this. I posted in the Discord just a little bit ago before I went live. Look, real stuff. I'm working on the settings. I'm working on the settings for my engraving machine. I had the little cutter bit spinning way too fast for this material. It's a very soft plastic, apparently. So if you look at the corner of the R, which is over here, if you look at the corner of the R, it's a little discolored because it burnt. It's just generating too much heat. So I'm working on it, dialing in the settings, making funny little plaques for myself. In this case, the logo you see behind you. I should pony up and just buy some sign making software. It's expensive. So the software I've been using to get by, in fact, I might still, it is still running. It doesn't need to be running. F Engrave. Hashtag not sponsored. It's free. Yeah. So I fed it my logo. It traced it. That's what these little dark lines are. It traced it and then generated the machine code for my computer controlled, the CNC, the computer controlled machine little router to cut out what you see over here. It has to do it sideways because it's weird. I think it turned out all right. Yeah, close that now finally. Engrave. Yeah, F Engrave. It's by Scorchworks. I think he originally made it for laser cutters. For scorching, you know? But yeah, no, it was super fiddly to get it to do it the way I wanted to. Instead of the way it should be done. So what I want to do is I want to make a template I can trace with the old manual machine. That's how much time do I want to spend on that right now? Not as much. Yes, F Engrave. I think it was last updated in like 2017. Well, if you want some fun, what it outputs is coordinates. Make sure I don't have anything funny on my... Yeah, okay, don't. Blah, 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 blah. Look at this is what it does. It outputs coordinates. And that tells the little machine the X and Y coordinates of where it should be traveling, like an Etch-a-Sketch. It is. It's super cool. I wouldn't want to program this manually because of the curves. But yeah, basically I took an image, a BMP, a bitmap of what you see behind me, the big blue logo, and it traced that. And I specifically did it that way instead of using line art like an EPS or DXF because the program handles that differently. If I gave it a DXF, it would want to trace the outline of everything. And it was messing up the B and the R and whatnot on the small font. So what I've used it for over the years is I feed it a large monochrome bitmap. And then it, depending on the settings, it will either cut out everything that's blue, for instance. Like if I was making a bigger sign for myself, it would cut out everything that is blue behind me, which is awesome. That's exactly what I wanted for engraving. And it's free, which is always cool. Posture check. There we go. Postured. But no, I actually got a lot done today in this, all of this. Bringing over, well, first, moving stuff around. Here's a top-down view. Moving stuff around. Adding a lot more assets. Like moving these, like, for instance, these trees over here. Adding a lot more assets. And then packaging it up. I was originally not going to have the Rusty building, you know, the robot building. I wasn't going to have that as part of this. I was going to load it separately. But there's not much to it in the long run, you know, the grand scheme of things. And the outside of the building, we're not really going to go into, or go into the outside. We're not really going to go to the outside. So I'm just leaving it as my little, like, playgroundy area right now. Although it should look pretty nice. Did I actually walk outside yet? But yeah, I packaged it up, brought it over. It literally packages called a Unity package. I have to fix some collision-y stuff. Oh, I shut the big door. I did shut the big door. Let's go out the little door. I mean, this should look a lot better. It's just kind of where I threw a bunch of junk. Oh. That is an interesting light culling or object culling. I don't think it's culling the light itself because the spotlight is still there. The spotlight is still there on the wall, but the special effect around it goes away. Yeah. But no, the quality of the lighting is so much better. Oh, you like the little cube dust motes? I wonder what shape the ones are on the inside. They might also be cubes. They're just further away and blurrier. That might be a magical effect, along with my dragon skull. It looks so good. And yeah, my post processing that I'm doing here, you know, adding in the depth of field, the motion blur, well, vignetting, and the blur around the edges, the color. There's a little bit of color stuff going on too, like chromatic aberrations and bloom and all sorts of fun stuff. That is tweaked for Unity 6. Yeah, I've been tweaking that as we go since I switched over in February. But yeah, it does. It just looks so much better than it did before. Because also, I didn't have it optimized. I didn't have it, well, still not optimized. I did not have it tweaked um, in 2022, Unity 2022, where this was living. But damn, it looks good. Oh, floating sign. What does a floating sign say? Caution. Caution. I'm leaving it there. I'm leaving it there. Bam. Caution. Yeah, here's what the outside of the warehouse looks like. So right up here is the office. Some potted plants sitting outside in case I wanted to use them later. Turn back walking mode on. I did add in, oh, there you can see, there's the green screen area way over there. Way over there. I did add this dilapidated building, which was in a different part of the map, because you can see it from the warehouse windows. And we are in a bit of a ruins. Will I make it? Will I make it? No? No? Oh no. Did I get rid of which button is that? Oh, I'm in the wrong character mode. There we go. We can fly through the warehouse. Okay, okay. Side scroller mode here. Can Rusty jump? Nope. Nope, did not successfully jump. Nope. Ta-da! Flying around the office here. I forgot I have to be in this avatar and not this avatar. Again, I need to add more detections. Need to add more detection. Switch avatars when doing that. I'll write that down for the bugs. Ship. Let's see. Detection. Detect model. Oh, okay. We have to have patch notes. Patch notes. But we are at least teleporting to the right spots now, for the most part. So these, I would say probably, of the things I didn't build myself, I'm using mostly Cinti assets, and they're not from Fab. They do have a couple of free bundles, I think. Cinti Studios. The Fab stuff is way too high poly, or either high poly, unoptimized, needs work kind of thing for me. Where's a good spot? Here's a good spot. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I was looking at some of that stuff and it's just like, ugh. Actually, I don't look in Fab too much. I don't look in Fab too much. The Quixel, which they're functionally the same thing now. I did get some textures. that I was playing with. I was trying to make grunge maps, so I was playing with some textures from there. But the idea of modeling everything is daunting. Yes, 100%, 100%. Everything. I mean, that's why I did it. That's why I started using asset packs, like with the space station, because yeah, I could model a stack of boxes. Easy. I could model, some scaffolding or lights or whatnot. How many things do I want to model though? Do I want to model everything? No. No. I wanted to kind of get a head start and just start playing. Now, there's things that I do want to model myself, whether it's, my funny hats, and same thing with you, Nix. Do you want to model the personal items, or do you want to spend all your time modeling everything? The whole environment. It depends. It depends on what your goals are. I have to put a teleport spot right here, so I can teleport right here. I like this. Maybe a little bit. No, this maybe just a little bit. No, that was a good angle. Like right there. Right there. But no, the Cinti stuff, usually I get it in humble bundles or when they're running a sale. Because they have small bundles and big bundles. Most of the warehouse is from one bundle. And then I, did the Lego thing and moved bits and pieces all over the place. This office, I believe, was significantly smaller, but I wanted it bigger, of course. But this office was like right here in the warehouse, which is now my factory. Yeah, I think it was like half the size. So I just do what you do with an asset library, and you move stuff around, duplicate, change textures, all that fun stuff. Like, I think it didn't have this lovely carpet. And it definitely didn't have these monitors. See, now I wanted to make monitors so I could display my fun stuff, little videos and whatnot. Like my channel trailer, right there, my channel trailer, right? And I'm going to make these so I can pick them up and move them around too. That's fun. But I wanted to model these, and I'm going to make some more still. But that's like, it's something for me. It's adding a personal touch. There we go. Personal touch. That's what I was trying to say before. In fact, here we go. So down at the bottom of the screen is a model that came with some asset pack, one of the low polygon asset packs. I could have just used that. It's pretty well done for a, it fits the theme. It's well done. I would just have to change out the texture on the screen. But I wanted to make my own. That there's a ViewSonic, A70 or something like that. I had this monitor, so it's personal to me. So I wanted to model it. Same thing with the beige one that's down by my feet here. Do I have one on the desk? I do have one on the desk. It's right here. Right there. I have that one sitting behind me, about 6 feet behind me. Except it has a foot. It's not floating. It's not floating above the desk. It has a little footy. So yeah, it's where do you draw the line? And the fun thing is, you can always come back later, right? You can always come back later and swap out pre-made assets for stuff that you made, or not. When I shrug, I end up tilting because my chest tracker goes. It looks like I'm fixing my bra or something here. There we go. This spot turned out really good too. It's kind of like a distorted hand cam view almost. Right there. Another thing you could do is something like this in VR chat. The graphic fidelity might not quite be there, depending on how you crank up your settings. And you'd have to have VR. Yeah, you would definitely have to have VR for that then, if you wanted to do streaming from there. And some people do, and it looks great. This is going to be way smoother locomotion, especially when I have it set nicely, and not as, at least from my experience, not as jerky because I'm not sending this out in a multiplayer environment and getting my yeah getting my movement data back and packet issues and all that sorts of fun stuff. So rambling aside, yes, rambling aside, I am pleased as punch, as they say. I don't know if anybody says that nowadays, but at one time they did. I think we can start adding some of the other environments back in because they do not take up much space. Oh wait, where's the main office? This would be kind of funny. Is the main office, will it collide? It won't. Okay, we can have two offices. There it is. Ta-da! I'm going to leave it in. There is the office for when we were in the space scene. We have this version. And then we have the version that's within the factory. Let's see, where is it? Oh, on the complete other side. I wonder if I should rotate. I wonder if I should rotate the whole thing. You know what? I'm not going to rotate the whole thing because I want to be able to look out the factory office and just see the void. And I made it a in-universe reason for that too. So the in-universe version or reason, version of the reason is that we are only seeing things from Rusty's perspective. And that's why we're seeing Rusty as a nice low polygon digital avatar. Because he is the factory management software. That's why it's the Rusty Robot Factory, or Trusty Robot Factory, if we're going to be lore accurate. But everyone just calls him Rusty. So it's the Rusty Robot Factory. He's the factory management software. Or I don't want to use AI anymore. That word's become kind of poisoned. Yeah, so up in our office here, and the reason we're floating in the void is because he hasn't been able to get out in the last 30 so years. He hasn't been getting out in the last 30 so years. So only what he sees within the, and is able to spatially map around the factory. That's all that the viewer, the player, is going to see. Because he hasn't left the building, because he can't. He has to stay within, the projection system or whatever I do decide on, whether it's going to be like a projection system or Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi before Wi-Fi, Yeah. So that's where we're leaving as the void too. Though I am going to do like I'm going to add in like a skybox switcheroo so it'll like glitch out. And then, it's like, oh, here's the lovely country vista around here. Do the TV screen glitch and it'll switch back. Yeah. The evil horror entity that we see as Rusty. Nix. But Nix, you keep saying Rusty is friend-shaped. That wouldn't be very friend-shaped. Happy Rusty we see now going to, oh, hey, friends, do you need a seat? Come on and relax. And go to darkened horror robot with a crackling voice. Yes. I will absolutely get compared with FNAF, unfortunately. You see Rusty for how Rusty sees himself. Aww. Yes, there will be, with the whole episodic, I won't have time to get it done before Halloween. I highly doubt I will. Well, not especially not the episodic game, but I am going to try and do a Halloween special. At least stream. Like a just chatting stream. I want to do a Halloween special kind of thing where we do see a less friendly Rusty. And that's going to be kind of the play test for the episodic episode. The episodic episode of the playthrough where it's not friendly Rusty. I'm not going to say unfriendly. I'm just going to say not friendly. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Nix, have you been playing Borderlands? That sounds very Borderlandsy. Thanks for the chair. Yes. Oh, where would the chairs be? No, the chairs would still be there. See, this is one of the reasons I kind of want to leave the I do want to include the old office because instantiate chair is hiding here in the old office. Okay, who else do we have? So we have the space scene. You want to see what that looks like overlaid. It's kind of funny. Bam. That's how big the space station is compared to the factory. Now the space station is the demo level for the asset pack. And then I've removed a bunch and altered some things, but it's mostly intact as from the asset pack. And it's how I got started in all this because I did not want to start with default cube. I wanted to figure out how to do cool things without having to make everything from scratch. Okay, let's see. Where are you? Platforms. Yeah, so the little fun side projects we've been doing on stream lately, those take up like no resources. See, I'm adding them right now. I'm adding them back in. They take up pretty much no resources. So now we won't be falling through space. Probably. Is that everything? That should be everything. So now we should be able to teleport around. Okay. Okay, here's here. I should have it reset the camera too. I really should have it reset the camera to a default rotation. That'd be smart. Reset camera on teleport. Would it be funny if I published the change log? I mean, it might be kind of interesting. It might make me seem like an official dev type if I had the change log and put it on Blue Sky or something. The old office. We'll leave this chair here instead of my fancy office rolly office chair. Oh, but we still have. I'm totally adding these scripts in, like turning the lights off. We have a light switch right here. Oh, an interesting thing. I need to add more robust lighting controls, or yes, for the new area because we now have directional light. See, look, you can see like shadow being cast across, well, this way, being cast across the office because we have a sun. It is hiding, but it's there somewhere. Yeah, so I need to add in this button to the new area, essentially. Okay. Speaking of new area, in the warehouse, this is somewhere in the space station. It just happened to also work for the exit door. Ah. Oh, see, that sun just kills my bisexual lighting here. Ruins it. Way too bright. Way too bright. We need to fix that. We need to fix that. And the new office. The new office. the stick figure on the wall. I should put up some my kids' art. I think that would be cute. But no, that came with the asset pack too, along with the get back to work. I did use and like this profits. That's part of it. The stocks. See, it's funny. It's part of the asset pack, but it is funny. So I left it in. I will probably change this whiteboard to something. It'd be kind of cool to have it be like the stream thumbnail or my latest VOD or something like that. Put a sticker of his face over it. Spray paint the decals. I can't do decals. I did figure out decals. I'm not. Am I using any? Oh, I am. I am using. They didn't turn out super great. Was there one here? I must have disabled them. I had rust coming down from the ceiling, like moldy, mildewy rust. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We need to put our grabbing stuff script so we can leave the room. That's funny. Bam. There, we left the room. Okay, we need to turn the sun on and off. That is a priority. I'm going to do that before or during stream right now. What key should the sun be? 8? Be the ocho? That I do want to have hotkeyed. That's kind of important. Control lights. X. Game object. Light collection space. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I can add in the visibility conditions right here because I'm using a game object. Okay. I was thinking about how I want to do that because I don't want. Let's see. Because I can get if it's set active or not. Here I'm just saying if it's on or not. Not super important right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the sun. I'll just get the game object itself, I think. That way, oh, yes. There we go. Definitely. No, for now we are going to have it to be separate. Okay. The sun. We are going to get another one of these. We're just going to toggle it. Easy peasy. Wait a second. You are here. You are here. You are there. What are you? You are in the wrong spot. Get over there. There. Code. You know what? We'll do lucky number 7. Alpha 7. Better make a note of that for now. Yeah, we will add proper scene detection later. So if we're on the space station, it will detect, oh, is the space station, is that, oh, what scene are we on? And then it will, the same button will be able to control, or the same sliders will be able to control the lighting within that, whether it's on or not. Oh, difference between giving a private variable the serialized field and just making it public. According to tutorials and such, public uses more resources and it can be accessed everywhere. Serialized field lets you see it in the editor. So in the inspector, sorry. It lets you, both public and serialized field will show up here. Serialized field allegedly uses less resources because it's not exposing it to control from anywhere. Whereas public or private, you can't see it over here in the inspector, but you can still use it within this script. Yeah. Yes. Yep. That's the point of private or protected. They do different things. Confusing, but different things. C# is, yeah. Coming from Visual Basic, C language is like a bit obtuse. And sometimes things change over the years. It's a bit to wrap my head around because Visual Basic is so readable. It's also why it's a little slower when you get down to the bits. It's a little bit slower, but it's very readable. That's what it does. But yes, according to pretty much all the tutorials I've seen, serialized field is better to use unless you want to expose the variable to be used elsewhere. For instance, right here, it becomes important, I think. Yeah, I think this one becomes important here. So let me see. Yep. So I have a public float cam light intensity. So that I have that as public so that I can use my fun hand tracking trick of adjusting the intensity of the camera light, because I grab that variable, or I should say I adjust that variable and it runs in this script. I believe. Cam light on, cam light on. Yes. Yes. This one, key down. Toggle the sun. Set active. The sun. This will save a lot of resources too. The sun. Set active. Of not. No, not true. The sun. Active self? Active self. There. So basically it's saying, what is the current status of, are we active or not? And then do the opposite. Super easy toggle trick. Is the best way to do it. No, Nix, if you have any Unity questions, just ask here, send me a DM. All good. Okay, let's go back to this office. This one. Toggle lights. This is tricky because I don't think I have this set up as an interface. You gotta hit the stupid light just right. Come on, get in the center. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the 7 key. Nope. I did all the code, I didn't hook it up. I did all the code and I didn't hook it up. Okay. Right here. I gotta drop the sun. Need to get in the swing of things again. Yeah, I mean, for instance, I don't program at night. Or I should say I do. I shouldn't. I should not is it sun, comma, the, there we go. I should not program at night because normally, unless I have the day off, my brain is fried from programming during the day or meetings or whatever. So that is why we try to avoid programming at night. Oops, not that one. This one. Ooh, so an interesting side effect here. Be able to toggle the sunshine on and off right here too. Let's go find a sunny spot. We have a sunny spot back here, maybe? Here we go. There we go. See, we had some shadows on the floor. Boop, no we don't. Ta-da! Neat. Now this won't be super bright. Oh yeah, that was adding a ton of lighting. And I do like the idea of having it as a separate toggle. Just more control, because the sun will definitely be important for lighting. And I did break my script for moving the sun. Oh, compiling shader. Now what are we doing? Nope, I did break my script where it would rotate the sun based on where the camera is facing. I had to fix that. Oh, now my nice lighting scenes will show up nice. You think the family are here? Good luck with the family. And yes, your robot RPG game does sound like fun. The BattleBots. The BattleBots. Just FYI, I will probably be wrapping up the stream soon. So might not be on here when you do return next, but I'll get you around. Where were we gonna? Oh, we're gonna teleport. We're gonna shut off the big lights. Go look for our sexy lighting. There we go. We got our sexy lighting back. This one's the red lighting. We also have slightly purpley lighting. Oh, it's not as purple as it was before. It is definitely more red. I'll need to change this light. The reasoning is I had to tweak the skybox because it was a little too purple. It was tinting everything just a little bit too purple in the warehouse. And right now we are configuring everything for the warehouse. So, but that's an easy enough tweak. We can do this live. Where is Rusty? Where is he on this little mini map we've got? We're over here. We're in the pillars. Aren't we? Wait, are we not in the pillars? Why is Rusty not showing up? What? Do I have multiple pillar areas? Do I have player armature? Where are you? He's just not showing up. Oh no, did we hit some kind of bug? Oh, I must have accidentally disabled something up here. Look at, we disappeared. That is interesting. That is actually interesting. Okay. Some weird, turned off some culling for something. Okay, so we've got this red light. We're gonna make it more purple. Because it looked really cool before. Ooh. No, I think I do need two lights. I'm gonna go for the quote-unquote the bisexual lighting. So I have to look at this screen because it's calibrated differently. I know I've said that like 30 times on this stream, but Yes. Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna. Oh, it doesn't pay to duplicate it right now, but does it look nice? Do we look nice now, chat? Do we look nice now? Still a little red. Still a red. I need to add in another light over here somewhere so I can get the warm and the cold. Yeah, yeah. It is still funny when I'm wearing. It depends on what shirt I am wearing for my phone tracker. Sorry, tangent. So when I lean, like right now, I'm leaning on my desk. A good old posture check. I'm actually leaning on my desk, and it does look like I am leaning on my elbow here. So my hand tracking's a little off. My face is not up here. That's my forehead. But see, depending on how the phone is sitting in my shirt pocket in this case, it adjusts how my shoulder tracking is. Like right now, I'm sitting still. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. I'm just tilting the phone back and forth. Oh, it chirped at me. It didn't like that. All right. I think that's a good place to wrap up stream. Nope. We have to add one more teleport because I will forget. Okay. Zoom way the heck out. I have to use the arrow keys more often. We are going to hide like right here. Where are you? Let's just find you. There. Clutter. This is clutter. That's what it's called in the hierarchy here. But I want to add a game object right there. You know what? We'll put it in clutter. I'm just going to search for it anyways when I need to find it. We'll call this destination. I was calling them destinations. Destination. Balcony? Mezzanine. Close enough. I hope that's not a bad word somewhere. Destination Mez. Okay, where are you? Right there. What direction is it facing? I guess we'll find out. You move them this way a little bit. Like putting it above the ground, just so I have to drop in a little bit. Make it a little bit more dramatic. I do not know which way this would be facing. That's kind of interesting. So let's have him face this way and see what happens. Negative 49 degrees. We will go over to our teleport script. And then I definitely need to call it a night. Destination portal. There's teleport script. And just one more. I think our music even stopped. Nope. Sounds of the 80s. It's just quiet. There we go. But we do need to call it a night. Right after these messages. 6. Teleport. Object. 7. Increment all this stuff by 1 because I'm currently lazy. Somehow lazy is making more work for myself. Skip to next. I do have to add that in. Okay, so this will be mezzanine. I'm pretty sure that's how you spell mezzanine. Not to be confused with the Wisconsin city Mezominy, which is not spelled anything like that. Or Menominee, which is spelled closer to mezzanine. We have some fun names. Fun names are borrowed and not English. So now we must look for Mez. and drop that right there. This is one of the things I love about this IDE, the environment, the Unity. It is super easy. I mean, we don't have blueprints to connect things. We kind of do. I don't use them. But so we don't have the ease of blueprints, but the searching thing, so easy. Okay. We're gonna save. That's important. And I think we're gonna go see if we landed in the right spot. We have to tab through like 50 different yeah, closer. Oh, we're facing the wrong way. I mean, it kind of works. We'll just yeah, so it should be 180 degrees from that. I'm gonna lock the camera right here. This is a good spot. Good spot. Don't show up enough. Maybe I'll make it a little bit brighter. No, come on, be nice. Be nice. Hand tracking's downside of using hand tracking for this. There. Okay. Let's turn off this guy. There. Hi. I wonder if I did import the mug in here yet. Either way, we are going to call it a night. Let me see briefly, quickly even. Do I have somebody to raid? Dun 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 dun. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Ooh, there are indeed a few people. Oh, geez, not that one though. I just saw somebody was working on something for spoilers for a game. We're gonna go pester Udon Engineering. I don't think we've dropped by them in a while. Make sure we're not in ad break or something. Whoa, that is something. Let's go raid Udon. All right, got a raid message. They've been going for half an hour, so hopefully we don't, hopefully it's a longer stream. All right, thank you everybody for stopping by, hanging out while I go through all this stuff, getting everything together. Me just basically gushing about how cool this looks now, and writing down stuff on my to-do list. Rusty Dev Raid, and we'll give him the nodders. There we go. I do like using the nodders. That's one of my favorite emotes. Twitch tells me that it is my favorite emote. All right. Catch y'all not Wednesday this week, but Friday. Friday, probably games. Catch y'all later. Bye. Oh, did I not put you?